Self-love for men. How to ease anxiety after a breakup using deep self-awareness questions to help you find meaning in your life. Mental health exercises included. Written by Bennett Clayton. Narrated by Teter. Copyright 2022. All rights reserved. Bennett Clayton. Introduction. Sadness to me is the happiest time, when a shining city rises from the ruins of my drunken mind. Those times when I'm silent and still as the earth. The thunder of my roar is heard across the universe. Rumi. It's easy to talk about pain and suffering when one is removed from it. It's easy for me to tell you that you will come out of your grief a stronger person when I haven't experienced the earth-shattering loss that you have felt. But what if I tell you I have experienced that kind of loss? What if I tell you that I was once at a point, maybe not exactly where you are, but similar nonetheless, a point where everything seems lost and pointless, as if you have been rejected for your very being? Yes, I have been there too. And though the specifics of our circumstances may be different, I assure you the emotional frame of mind is more or less similar. I was in my early 30s, 34 to be precise, when I lost an 11-year-long relationship. Out of those 11 years, we had spent 10 building a life together, living in each other's company that we so craved. And then came the fateful day when it all came crashing down, a decade's worth of love and life brought to nothing in a mere moment. I am not exaggerating when I say I had no clue what to do with myself then. I did not know where to go from that point on, because it seemed like life as I knew it for the last 10 years was all of a sudden dead and gone. I felt like after those 10 years of my life, I didn't even know who I was anymore. Being a boyfriend and a part of the couple had become so much a part of my identity that losing it made me feel like a complete failure. Though I can talk about it with no residual suffering today, at that moment it was a roller coaster of emotions. Was I supposed to feel free because I was single now and was again the master of my own will? I could do anything, be anyone, and go anywhere I wanted. Yes, that would seem like the carefree bachelor attitude that I needed then, but that was certainly not how I felt. On the contrary, I felt like a lost child. Instead of thinking of the world to be full of possibilities, all I could see then was that it was not what I had thought it to be. Even with the possibilities that I did see, I didn't know what to do with them. And hence, I carried on, stuck in the loop of the could-have-beens, never really feeling ready to look into the future, because that would mean building my identity all over again, starting from scratch. And starting from scratch would confirm that I had failed at this thing that I had worked at for the last 10 years of my life. That was a failure I wasn't ready to digest yet. So I did what anyone else in my place would do. I took to any and all the distractions I could find. Anything that would distract me from this hurt was my friend. Around the same time, I used magic mushrooms and LSD for the first time ever in my life. Going to raves to bury the pain in the impossible to access parts of my psyche became routine. It was almost like I was telling myself, this pain is who you are now. Stop running from it and let it consume you wholly. Just be done with it once and for all. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't drowned in pain all the time. At least it didn't seem like it to other people. Rather, if you ask some of the people I met during this phase of my life, I am certain they will tell you that I was wild and dope to hang out with. But as this reckless phase ended, my friends grew worried. They knew that, as fun as I was to be around, this new version they saw lately was not really me. Despite this awareness, they didn't know what to do either. They figured that partying was better than wallowing anyway, so they continued to watch me being limply reeled in by the current of this breakup. On the other hand, I continued to feel joy in very short-lived bursts whenever I was high, but at most other times only felt numb.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?